Hey, it is Monday and it's raining. But nevertheless, I still wanted to get cute for you as promised. And I've got on this teal jumper, which I enjoy, or maybe it's like cerulean. Maybe it's not really teal. Okay, well, whatever. I'm here, I'm dressed, it's Monday, we're ready. Listen, shoulder rolls everywhere. I've got a great topic today that I'm excited about, and I'm going to go ahead and plop it, or I'm going to pin it in the comments on IG so that people can see and be like, oh, I want to tune in. What's she talking about? All right, TCS mommy and daddy. I love you. Okay, so today's topic is going to be quit like a pro. And you might be wondering, like, what? You're not supposed to quit. You're supposed to stick it out. And I am going to tell you why I don't think you should have to. You should be able to quit like a pro if you want to. So, a little bit of chitter chat as, people are skimming, because everybody's at home and everybody's home in their homes chilling, especially if it's bad weather. Ain't nobody going nowhere. So they're trying to decide what live they want to watch, and I want to give them a chance to tune into mine. So a little chitter chat to begin. I've got these magnetic lashes going again. This one, it wasn't the most cooperative, but I think we're here and we're trying to make magic. I put some product in my hair. It feels, because I washed, and the day one was pretty cooperative. Day two, I was like, okay. And I've been told just be like really generous with the product. And so I put globs in. I don't know. I just expect my hair to look like the hair on the girls in the YouTube. And I don't feel like it looks like the hair on the girls in the YouTube. But you guys can let me know what you think in the comments, of course. And so I went to the park with my baby over the weekend, and I noticed because it was such a nice day that people were out and about, trying to take their kids to the park so that they could get a little bit of fresh air, and folks were social distancing, and they were outside wearing masks. And I just was like, like the more that this pandemic goes on, the more that I think folks are really starting to take it seriously, which is encouraging. Because let me tell you what, while these are uncertain times, I do feel safer when I see more people wearing masks and I'm wearing a mask too, courtesy of TCS Mommy, right? Shoulder roll for TCS Mommy for getting us all set up for success. Me, the girls, and the boyfriend. So when I see people wearing masks, it just makes me feel a little bit less nervous. But I also don't like when they try to come up in my space because you see I'm wearing a mask. So, like, why are you getting so close? What happened to social distancing, 6 feet? So I was at Walmart and I noticed there were some people still not wearing masks. But I felt safe because at least I had on a mask and I was keeping my distance. And, if I ever have to take my baby out with me, she actually wears the mask too. So when she first got the mask, she literally would say, no mask. But now, I guess because she sees all of us wearing it, she wants to participate. So, anyway, um, I do appreciate that it seems like folks are taking it more seriously. But then, if I don't know, go to the store really quick, but I see that like everyone's out, I just wonder to myself, why is everyone out? We're supposed to be sitting at home. And guess what? All I do is sit at home. I literally try never to leave because I don't want to catch the Rona. So why does everyone insist on being out? So I was talking to one of my friends a few weeks ago, and after I had my baby, I literally only left the house if I absolutely had to. I just did not leave for about 10 months. Like, I would go to networking events and things like that if I had to. But I didn't leave the house and I did not care. It was not until it was approaching her first birthday that I started to talk to myself, you got to get out. You need to have a life. You can't just be a professional mom. I mean, maybe I could. I feel that probably is a job, right? To be a professional mom, and they pay you to be a professional mom. That's what all those content creators on YouTube and things like that and Instagram, they're professional moms, and we like to look at their lives and all of these things, but that wasn't going to be me. So, anyway, I've had practice in staying my butt at home. And so that part doesn't bother me. And for those of you who know me, you know I launched my business bouncing that little baby in my lap. So, you know, it is what it is. I have had to make a lot of adjustments because she is way more mobile now than when she was 4 months old when I launched TCS full time, but nevertheless, she persisted. Okay, so who do we have? Let's see. You know I'm all close to the camera because I don't have on my spectacles. Jana, my Jana. Shoulder roll for you. Hey, girl. Yeah. So let's jump in. Today's topic, quit like a pro. And you might be thinking, what the hell, Dorothy? Because here's the thing, right? Quitting is such a taboo topic. And from when we're little, it's drilled into us not to quit. It's drilled into us to finish. But you know who taught me it's okay to quit sometimes? TCS Mommy. When I was 6 or 7, I was a ballet dancer. No, let me rewind. When I was 6 or 7, I was taking ballet classes. I was not a ballet dancer. And apparently, I took a couple classes, and my mom said all I did was whine because I just, maybe I sucked at it, and all the other little kids were way further along than I was. And I just kind of felt like, woof, I don't have the passion, the commitment, the energy, the resilience, the constitution at 6, 7 years old to move forward with these ballet classes. And instead of doing what I think most parents would do, like, no, you're going to stick it out for the whole quarter because we've already paid, we've signed you up, etc. You said you wanted to. She said, okay, well, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. And I think that was my first exposure to this idea of quitting. That quitting is not the worst thing in the world. And I can tell you from when I was little, there are a bunch of other things that I pursued that were challenging for me that I did not quit. So it's not like I quit everything, but I did become a pro at quitting certain things. So here's what people I think will say. Quitters never win. Quitters don't accomplish anything. And I would argue that that's not true at all. I think it depends on what you're quitting and how you're quitting. And I feel like that applies to anything. There's always a what and a how. And that overlays in just about everything that we do, right? We could give someone the business. We could give them a read, but the what and the how of it is going to make the difference in how it's received. We could quit something, and the what and the how of it is going to be the differentiator between just being a quitter for the sake of being a quitter or quitting like a pro. So I find that when I was looking up this topic that, a lot of people have written articles on quitting. And the reason why this topic came to mind is I was on like an Instagram live interview a couple weeks ago, and the lady interviewing me, fierce unapologetically, Kisha, she was asking me some questions, and she said, "So it sounds," like you quit everything." I was caught off guard. You know how people make an assessment based on things that you're saying, and you think to yourself really quick, that's not me. What? But then you take a step back and you say to yourself, I guess I do quit everything. That's what made me want to talk about this today. So when I was doing research on quitting just this idea of quitting, and then putting my own personal leadership spin on it, this idea of quitting like a pro, it's this idea around you should quit early. You should quit often. You should be the best quitter that you know. And like I said just a couple seconds ago, it's not about just quitting everything under the sun. It's about quitting with intention, right? And sometimes I think that there are certain things in our life that we have just been doing forever. And we don't have any particular rhyme or reason why we're doing it. We just do it that way, and we feel internally like we cannot depart from that thing, whatever it is, because we are attached to it based on time. The amount of time that we've invested, the amount of time that we've put in. For all my ladies who are tuning in, think about that time, that one time where you had that one boyfriend, you know what I'm saying, and you were with him for a long time, whatever long is to you. It could have been 6 months, 6 years, whatever would be long to you. And then you said to yourself, and you don't have to tell me, I'm just saying, you said to yourself inside, well, I'm not leaving him for him to get caught by somebody else, and now all my hard work goes down the drain. I'm going to keep him. He's such a jerk, but I'm going to keep him. Because look at all the work that I've put in. That is a perfect example of when it comes in handy to quit like a pro. Drop him like a hot potato. Quit him, girl. He ain't no good. And yes, you have curated a much better experience for the next woman, but this is the deal. When your new boo shows up, and of course, for many of us, this is when we were younger, but when the new boo shows up, right, he's more curated than the last one because he was, a corn pone to the previous one, right? And she cultivated, curated, and built him up, and now he's better for you. So this is one example in our personal lives of when quitting like a pro gets a shoulder roll, right? Quit him. He ain't no good, no way. What we got in here? Okay, we got laughter. Oh, we got lift MKE, Elise. Hey, girl, hey. Facts. See, that's what I see up in here. All right, so just because you've been doing it forever doesn't mean you can't quit. And so here's the assessment that we can make, right? Instead of being bound by time, why don't we ask ourselves, is it something that we have to do? Because if it is, maybe we can't quit, right? But if it's something that we do not absolutely have to do, in my personal example of staying with the raggedy dude that we have now fixed up, cleaned up, and dusted off, because he was a stray, but now we have cultivated this new experience, but he likes to fall back into those old patterns and old ways. Let's quit him, because we don't have to stay, and we don't want to stay. Not really. We're just trying to prevent someone else from winning because of all the work and tension that we've experienced up to that point. So if it's something that we don't want to do and we don't have to do, let's go ahead and quit. For example, right? Maybe not as extreme as dating the raggedy dude. But for example, it's a book that we've been reading. And we have been reading this book for the last 6 months, and we cannot finish to save our lives. Quit! Quit the book or the show or the movie or whatever. The song, the CD that sucks because you bought the whole thing instead of buying the single. Quit. It's okay, right? Why waste our precious time? Time that we can't get back. You know what I should have quit? And I'm going to tell you some things that I quit. Something that I should have quit and didn't quit. Napoleon Dynamite. That movie was terrible. I wanted to walk out maybe 15, 20 minutes in, and the boyfriend I had at the time, see, he no longer exists, did not want to leave the movie because he thought it would be rude. Rude to who? Napoleon isn't even real. I don't care. We can leave out of here and go get our money back. And believe me, since that incident, I have walked out of movies before, and I have walked out and paddled my butt to the front and said, I want a refund. That is not what I expected. Quit like a pro. There's a what and a how. And the what of causing us to quit and how we do it is what's going to be the game changer. So we got more laughter. Listen, look, I got time today, okay? Plus I'm feeling cute, you know what I'm saying? All right, so look, when it comes to more serious things, I find as a pro quitter that quitting can be so scary. Even if it's to quit the raggedy boyfriend, Quitting can be scary, right? What if you want to quit your lease and your lease isn't up? What if you want to quit the boyfriend but y'all live together? What if you want to quit the friend but like she's your roommate? What if you want to, or she's your babysitter for your kid, right? Or your pet? And so we're trying to quit things, but it's so scary, so uncomfortable, so taboo that we don't do it, right? Because we feel like it's been ingrained in us that you're supposed to finish well, and you're supposed to finish strong. And you know what I say? F that. Quit away. Quit, quit, quit. Quit early, quit quick, quit soon, quit as often as possible, become a professional quitter. Quit like a pro. And here's the thing. While it does make us uncomfortable, guess what being uncomfortable does? It builds our character. And sometimes when we quit, as a result, we may face adversity. Let's say in the example where we quit the roommate, who's our friend, who babysits our pet or babysits our child. That creates adversity because then now, who will babysit the little whatever, the little chihuahua or the little baby? It creates this adversity, and what adversity does is it doesn't build character, it reveals it. And it shows us who we are and what we're made of. Because at the end of the day, in quitting, we win back our time, and in some instances, we win back our peace of mind. We get to see what we're made of, and we get to come up with new, more creative and exciting solutions that we would not have come up with had we just continued to torture ourselves and say, I'm going to keep reading this book and it's going to take me a year because I hate it. When you could have read 2 or 3 other books in that time frame. I'm going to keep, working on this project, even though this project is fruitless. It's not going anywhere. But because I started it, I'm going to finish it. I'm going to work on this business, and I don't want to keep working on this business because it doesn't give me any energy. If somebody woke me up at 3 a.m. to work on this business, I would punch them in the throat because I'm trying to get my sleep, right? And at that point, we know quitting is in the air, right? Especially when it comes to stuff like that. Like if someone will wake you up in the middle of whatever to say, come and do this thing, and now you're miffed and irritated and annoyed, quitting is in the air. We may want to quit sooner than later. So here are some things that I think we should quit, and we should quit ASAP, right? We should quit and become professional quitters and quit like pros all over the place, right? I'm trying to create a whole new wave of quitters. Quit the job you hate. You know you hate it. Do you need income? Yes. Do you need to create and build a life you love? Yes. But also consider the impact that you're having on those that you love because you go to work and you are absolutely hating it. You know you hate that job. They know you hate that job. But what if you could find and dig in and figure out like what would I like to do with myself? If I'm going to be at work all day, what do I want to be doing? What will give me that boost of energy? Does it tie into my personal vision? Does it tie into my personal mission? Am I called to do this work? And if I am, maybe I'm just not called to do it for you. Maybe I need to find the company that really resonates and fits well with me. Because let me tell you something. I stayed at a job I hated for 4 years. And I thought I had a 4-year cold. I probably had coronavirus. Because let me tell you, I would drive up, and when I would get within 5 to 10 minutes of that job, I would get like a post-nasal drip. I would have sniffles. My eyes would be watering. And I just would feel a cold coming on. And then I would just feel coldish, cold adjacent throughout the day. Then I'd be getting ready to leave. I would hop in my car. And when I was 5 minutes away from that job, all of a sudden, my health, it returned to me. My health is in the air. It's in the car. It's ready to go. I'm ready to go out to happy hour and have drinks and kiki with the girls. do my little fitness workout. All of a sudden, I'm alive. You know why? Because I hated that job. And you know what I needed to do, but I didn't do it for years? Quit. You know why? Because I was scared to quit. It was my first job, and someone told me if I quit, no one would ever hire me. And I believed them. That's why we have to be careful who we get wisdom from. Because everybody ain't wise, and wisdom doesn't come with age. The next thing we should quit. So, quit the job you hate. Thing to quit number 2, bad habits. You know that you bite those nails. It's a terrible habit. It looks like somebody tried to rip your nails right out of the nail bed. Stop doing that. Or you know that you're always late and you need to set an alarm, or you need to just arrive early and find something to do and commit to maximizing your time in order to maximize other people's time. So stop doing that. Quit that, right? You know that you don't like that movie. You don't have to finish watching it. Quit that. Quit that. Stop doing these things all because you've started and you feel like you have to finish. Guess what else you get to do because you're a grown up? You get to change your mind. You get to make a new decision. You are not a tree. You can move, which means you can quit. Quit having crummy friends that look at you crazy every time you tell them what your dream is. Oh man, I want to do makeup for the celebrities. I mean, how are you going to do makeup for the celebrities? You live in Milwaukee. So, quit. I want to be on, the Food Network, and I want to make my cupcakes on the Food Network because everyone, in the city is saying they love my Food Network. Yeah, but I mean, this city isn't a good litmus test for the Food Network. I feel like they're not going to pick you because XYZ. Quit that friend too. Oh man, I want to be the Beyonce of leadership. Like I want to impact women across the United States. I mean, but your personality, like, it's not for everybody, though. Quit that. Quit that friend. Right? Like, why do we want to keep crummy friends? Because we've been friends with them since kindergarten. So, we've been friends with them since middle school. And we've been friends with them since high school. We've been friends for 20 years. Who cares? If they're crummy, they're crummy. Sometimes we have friends for like a season, and sometimes we have friends for a reason, and other times we've got friends for life. But sometimes we need to quit a hoe. And she'll heal, we'll heal. But that's going to help us keep our peace, especially if we quit in a hand over heart way, and we quit from a place of love, right? I love you, sis, but I got these big dreams, and I need to be, in full bloom like this background, right? And I can't be in full bloom if you're here telling me that I'm never going to make it to the Food Network, I'm never going to make it to New York Fashion Week, I'm never going to make it to, the TED Talk, I'm never going to make it, and you've got a slew of reasons why I can't, when I'm looking for a slew of reasons why I can. Sometimes we got to quit, folks. What? So, let's go ahead and talk about the last 2 reasons to quit. Quit the city that you can't bloom in, okay? What is this? Quit the city that you can't bloom in, and then move to a new city. Sometimes moving to the new city can be the game changer, right? When we move to the new city, it gives us an opportunity to reinvent ourselves, and it gives us a chance to try out new things without the pressure of all the people that know us. And that makes sense, right? Sometimes we just got to pick up and move so that we can bloom where planted. And then lastly, quit saying yes when you really mean no, right? At the end of the day, sometimes, especially as women, we feel like we have to say yes to everything. And instead of saying yes to everything, sometimes the power is in the no. Let's go ahead and say no for our own peace of mind, and say no to be able to just have a little bit of me time, right? And figure out, well, what do we want to do next? Yes? Yes? Okay. So, things to quit in 2020. Quit the job you hate, quit bad habits, quit crummy friends, quit the city you can't bloom in, and quit the yes when you really mean no. Who am I? I am Dorothy Enriquez. I am the communication strategist. I help ordinary people become remarkable leaders. Because why be ordinary when you could be remarkable? If you enjoyed this video, please share with a friend. Share, 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 share. Shoulder rolls for everyone tuning in. Shoulder roll, shoulder roll, shoulder roll. And if you enjoyed this video, and I know you did, sign up for my free newsletter at www.dorothenriquez.com and never miss an opportunity to transform. Or if you're on Instagram, go ahead and click the link in the bio and sign up for the free Corporate Hustlers newsletter, exclusive for the corporate hustler wanting to not just survive corporate America, but thrive. And I'd love to help. All right, so this has been an episode of Day to Day with Dorothy. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you here again tomorrow while the little baby is napping. All right, until tomorrow, y'all. Shoulder roll. And Facebook, you know you always get the last shoulder roll. Thanks for tuning in.